So it's a Thursday evening, it's a carb day, so we're going out for pasta a little later. Looking at the Marchesi di Barolo Reserva 2005. I'm very much still a new kid on the block when it comes to these kinds of wines, 100% Nebbiolo. It's always seen as the sort of royalty of Italian wines, Barolo, with this dizzying Burgundian array of tiny patches of vines that produce such extraordinarily powerful yet supple fruit wines. They're just so incredibly unique and diverse. It's quite bewildering looking into the stats and the details that surround all of Barolo. We've got about a dozen on their way to us that we're going to work through bit by bit. So this is the first, I guess, of the series. We're going to do the 04 from Marchesi di Barolo later in the year. The difference between the standard Barolo from Marchesi and the Reserva is an extra 3 years in oak. And you can really tell the difference. Obviously there's a major cost attached to that, and one of the other things that is remarkable is the longevity of these wines. When people say in the New World 20 or 30 years, it very often doesn't end up being 20 or 30 years. It ends up being 5 or 8 years worth of cellaring to hit that sort of top flight peak of maturation, and where it then goes, when then tries to pick how long it will last for. When it comes to Barolo, it's a long way out. What I've found with the recent releases, currently 08 is what's out in the market in Italy. I actually don't mind drinking Barolo young, and it was one of the first misnomers that I encountered when I started drinking a lot of it. Was I'd always believed one had to wait decades before it was drinkable. It's not actually true. There is a lot to be had from a recent released one, but I'm super keen to see this 05 because we looked at the 8s and we agreed not to take them, to take backdated stock, because we wanted to bring something to the market and make a splash in terms of quality. So let's have a look. Great color. It has that kind of sexy sheen about it, which for me makes it automatically interesting and automatically compelling. There's nothing dull about this wine in the glass. You know, it's quite humbling when you come across a wine with this amount. I was taught at a very young age not to use the word complexity, and there's thousands of other alternative words, but there really, in this instance, is impossible not to, because you're pulling apart layers of aroma and you think that you've got it cornered, and then there's more layers underneath that. It really is an amazing multi-layered mosaic of incredibly powerful flavor. Dominant flavors, roses, no question about that. There's like a wild rose, not something that's been sitting in hydroponics and being clipped every day. It's something that's been out there in just living wild, and it's that kind of nose that's predominant for me, and I think is becoming an iconoclastic attribute of what to look for in Barolo. Aside from that, this incredible spice, but a really refined top note of spice. Honey, even maybe a little bit of brand new calf skin. And those are incredible to see in one place, in such order, but wildness at the same time. Really is, I'm probably not describing it very well, but it really is profoundly impressive. Amazing grace, really. The styling is seamless all the way down. Mid-palate, back, end of the palate, the length. But at the same time, the wine's young. You can see a tannic fiber inside the wine, which has a way to go in terms of softening, but I am rocking all over it right now. When the owners of Marchesi di Barolo talk about 25 to 35 years more in this wine, I couldn't agree more, and I hope I last that long, because it really is amazingly good. I really don't quite know where to go to from there. Interestingly, it's, for what it's worth, Wine Spectator 91. I'm not in the ratings game. I don't give my own ratings on anything, but I just love this wine. I think it's exceptionally good, and I can't wait to see the 04 as well. So a major thumbs up. Cheers.